Hey there, guys. Dragon Master here, and I want to welcome you to Star Wars and Earth Unity Episode 14 War on Naboo. I guess War for Naboo. So, don't have anything to say, so we're going to go straight into the video. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. We start off where we left off with Luke and his other fellow Jedi. The Jason had escaped in the confusion of the explosion. As Jason quickly retreated and made a way to his personal vessel, his personal ship to get off the planet, and reunite with his fleet. Luke and the others would retreat and find cover, as the Star Destroyers and ships on Jason's side in space would begin raining fire onto the city and planet. This would cause death and destruction all over the city. Jason would generally order a retreat of his own forces, as they're on the enemy side with the New Republic. They would order everyone to find safety and get underground to escape the fire. This would go on for a few days, as fighting would continue to go on. Luke would personally lead the forces to fight any Imperial presence on the planet. Luke would lead full-on raids onto any Imperial encampments or bases they've set up outside of the cities to capture people or execute New Republic high officials. This would go on for days before Jason would finally have enough and says, in his personal meeting room, he would sigh and say, "These Nabooans are very tenacious, and they have a strong-willed." And one of his Imperial commanders says, "Yes, sir. They've always had one, as they fought many adversaries in the past." "Yes, I know. I've read the history books." "I guess the history books, as the Terrans say," he says and sighs. "Anything else?" "Yes, sir. With Terran, I guess deserters, as they're calling them, have joined up with the Nabooans. Fighting for the system has become more difficult, sir. We're battling in two fronts. With the New Republic on one side and the Terran deserters on the other. How is it we're in space currently? I've been meditating and recovering. Well, we've managed to make ourselves our own buffer zone, but it isn't easy, as battles continue on daily. We can only have a few Star Destroyers posted around over Naboo and cities for only so long before we have to pull them to join us. He sighs and says, "What about on the ground?" I can't say it, the Gungians have been fighting very ferociously, sir. Even though we've found their secret city and destroyed it, we're still dealing with their forces still continue to fight us. Jason sighs. "Anything else?" he says. They all look at each other and say, "Well, the Terrans have also joined up with them." And Jason says, "That's perfect. Anything else?" "Well, the Terrans and the Gungans have managed to push most of our forces back," and this gets Jason's attention. "What do you mean?" "Well, as you see on the map, we have taken most of Feed, if not all of Feed. It's just the underground, the system of Feed has been difficult to control. We've only taken small portions of it over these past couple days." "And what about the Gungans? They've pushed most of our forces along with the Terrans into the city." He wanders and says, "What are they up to?" he says, before he realizes something. I see what they're up to now. "Alright, keep me posted. Anything else? What about the New Republic?" "It seems the New Republic will begin to push out, sir, as they have no choice but to." And this pleases Jason, says, "Good." "Alright," Jason wonders, before says, "I think I know how we can turn this around." And this gets their attention. I want you to assemble an entire battalion of walkers, and this gets their attention and says, "Why, sir?" "You'll see. Also, get my special division down here immediately. Also, how is it with the Mandalorians and the Hutts? I've heard a battle has broken out." "Well, it's caused quite an uproar in the upper Clarons of the galaxy." "Hmm, I see. Anything else?" "No, sir." "Alright, thank you." He says, "Thank you, all of you, for standing beside me in these difficult times," he says. Before saying dismissed, says, and they all leave, and then Jason sighs and looks down below to the planet from the window and says, "Ah, Uncle, you and the Terrans don't know what I have planned," he says, and chuckles. "I almost want to get a hollow pic of your face when I show you what I'm gonna do tomorrow," he says, and chuckles. It seems I'm gaining a sense of humor," he chuckles as his eyes continue to shift ominously more darker, as I guess you can say, before he looks at his screen and says, "Soon after tomorrow, Naboo will belong to me," he says, and then walks out. And that's where we're gonna leave it off. So the next video is gonna be like Jason's plan, as you can see, which involves the walkers. And this will be the final installment, I guess, of the battle on Naboo, as I guess we'll see if Jason plan succeeds and if he's able to win this decisive battle, which will allow him control over Naboo, or will he fail and then Luke and the Terrans will be able to push Jason off Naboo and save the planet? I guess we won't know until next time for episode 15. So yeah, that's all I have to say. So without further ado, see ya.